He was like, but he was young. This was when I was a teenager. Like, I was like
me too.
14,
I was 16
I mean?
when I got locked up the first time, bro.
This nigga used to, they had his own room because he wouldn't stop. You know what I mean?
Like
but then
shit?
they had he was he was shit and playing it. Like he would playing it, he would rub it on
Like
shit.
a dog?
Yo.
Yeah, like that ass, he'll eat it, he'll throw it at people.
Nah, yeah.
I'm tired of people.
Nah, straight up.
Nah, for real.
So the one thing that I can really sit here and say that helped the hell out of me, no matter what, I've been through everything. Sounds corny, write it down, your pros and cons list. You don't got to.
I'm not apologizing. I'm not telling people, I'm sorry, he's autistic.
We talking deep, man.
We actually-
Man, blessings to everybody.
We
I'm about to be crying on
Blessings
YouTube,
to
bro.
everybody.
Nah, as soon as we run this shit back, I'm gonna be like, I'll be like, babe, you see Shaq crying?
Track 3, what it do? What it do? Track 3, we making moves. Track 3, yeah, we hot. Track 3, media. Yeah. You know I'm cool.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy BIGSHAQ back again with another episode. Episode 4. Yes, sir. Episode 4. We are live. Back with a special guest. Our first guest, the one and only Loriel, DaBarbher.
What up,
Yes,
y'all?
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Part 2.
We had to bring it back for a part 2. You know?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mental
Thank you,
health
thank you.
edition.
Mental health edition.
What's going on with y'all, man? How y'all boys feeling today?
Man, it's been a long 4 weeks, I should say.
Yeah.
The month ain't even over, and the shit just been a little crazy.
I was about to say, yeah, it's been a month since
Boys,
we
all
shot.
right. You know, we on the Henny. We got
sir.
Vibe Side in the building. Shout out
Yeah.
Vibe Side
Shout out
Studios.
them boys, Vibe Side.
You know what I'm saying?
Happy birthday, AK.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. That
happy
boy
birthday.
AK. 21.
21.
21.
That boy, man.
20 young, man. 20 young.
Hey, we're going to take a shot after this pod,
Yes,
too.
sir.
Don't forget about
We're
me.
going to get that boy right.
Yes, sir.
Been good, though. Been busy. It's halfway through May. June coming up. Man, we keeping it going, though, man. We here. Let's get it.
Definitely got to keep it
L'Oreal,
going.
What's happening?
And
back.
life is
Welcome
crazy, but I'm keeping positive. You know, that's all you can do.
Right.
So,
For sure, for
Facts,
sure.
facts.
And I just want to throw this out here real quick. Gemini season is on the way.
Don't start.
Gemini season on the way. I don't care how y'all feel about it. June 3rd, 6/3.
Oh, my
We
God.
lit.
We might have to jump you.
You know, they already hate Geminis, but I'm really the lovable kind.
Yeah,
You know what
okay.
I'm saying?
Till you mad.
I'm really,
Little
yeah,
teddy
till I'm
bear.
mad. You know, then
I
I'm
won't
like,
talk to Jalise
I
when
might
her
show the
glasses
other
foggy.
side.
When Jalee's glasses foggy, I won't talk to her.
Oh,
Sound like something a Gemini would say, you know?
that's crazy. That's crazy. With all that Pisces talk over there.
Hey, we chilling.
Man,
Cool
but no,
as
we
water.
chilling though.
Yes, sir.
You know,
I mean, this month been crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
for sure.
This month made me really, I would say, really taught me a lot of composure.
Composure.
I would say composure and patience.
I was gonna say I definitely say patience.
You know what I
Like,
mean? Definitely could tell like I'm getting better with my decision making, because the old me would have definitely probably end up in trouble at this point of what's going on.
Right.
But understand I'm getting older. I can't keep making excuses for life, and you just gotta learn how to adapt. You know?
We live and we learn, man.
That's a fact.
You know,
Fact,
and we
facts,
still
facts.
growing every day.
Yes, sir.
I feel like everybody have those moments where they like, man, don't make me convert back to the old me, because then that other Gemini come out. I feel like everybody got another Gemini, low key.
No, I
You know
definitely
what
got a
I'm
crazy
saying?
side.
Ryan, you got another Gemini? I got something. I know AK do.
Yep, right now. You see, he's still
AK lit.
I'm fucking with you, man. I know it's his birthday and shit.
He
He's trying
said
to turn
what?
up. He's like, what?
hey, working
Nah,
on your
Who the fuck
birthday.
wrong?
Yeah, for sure.
Right,
That's
right.
the type of manifestation. Gonna be crazy.
Nah, word, man.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so.
don't know. I feel like everybody got like a not just a crazy side, just a side that people don't normally see or like don't really
Yeah.
want to fuck with. I hate that side of me because like once I get to that point, I either black out or just don't give a fuck, and then like either something gonna happen, my mouth gonna say something, my face gonna say something, or I'm gonna break something. So
Something gonna say something.
something gonna be something. Something gonna be something.
man.
So yeah, let's get into today.
We here. We
Yeah, we
lit.
here, though. We lit,
active.
man.
Episode 4.
I honestly prayed for this. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful to be back with all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming back again.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, shit, let's get into it.
Oh, once
do it.
again, I'm sorry to cut y'all off, but I just want to say we got not just a lot of positive feedback, but from what, like, just from people who was telling me, a lot of people, you know what I mean, they was really telling me, like, your story and the way you came up here and you talked about like everything pretty much and just like let it be there. It really helped them understand themselves and then really kind of related to what you were saying because
they definitely related.
A lot of shit people go through on the daily, they just don't talk about. You know what I mean? And people take a lot of shit in this world face value, and you know what I mean. So I think
thank you for
sure.
pointing that out.
No,
and you know,
you.
even you know, you told me too. I'm just like, you know, I've been so caught up, and I'm happy we came back and circled back around and doing it stronger and better this time because I feel like I left out a lot, and I felt like, you know, I wasn't in the right headspace, you know. So I went through the craziest stuff, and now I can't wait to talk about it.
That's
Not talk about it really, but
Whatever you
like,
wanna
you
talk
know, the
about,
cherry
we
on
here.
Get it
top
off
of
your
just
chest.
realization.
Right,
So
right.
thank you for pointing that out
Yeah,
and
for
telling
sure.
me because
Definitely
I'm
the
surprised.
the followers, they definitely vibe with you. So we appreciate you for just being
Yeah.
open with us for real, you know. But we're gonna definitely be more open today.
For
Yeah.
So,
sure.
you know,
Yeah.
I hope
Let's
everybody
get to it.
I hope everybody is in a positive headspace as of right now, as of today. You know, I know we all go through things, but
Man,
mental
if
health
there's
is
sun in
real,
Buffalo,
bro.
I'm having a good day.
For real.
Sun's out, it's a
100%.
good day.
Nah, for
I'm
sure.
definitely
Yeah.
having a good day. I'm definitely having a good day. But yeah, other than that, man, you know, we gonna get into the mental health episode, you know, talk and all of that. But I hope all of y'all really, you know, just in a positive headspace, and then, you know, just the growth. We all still got growing up to do, you know, and ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, at our day and age, like, we got little people to teach, little people that look up to us, you
That's
know.
a fact.
You may have other people looking up to you to be as good as you as a barber, you know, and things like that. So I definitely pray for all y'all, man, and just keep that positive mindset,
Oh yeah,
you know.
we got this.
Let's get it.
So with that being said, I kind of want to start it off with like this little topic I had jotted down. I'm gonna look at the phone real quick. My bad, y'all. But so just to talk about everything as a group, what do y'all think is the difference between being strong and being emotionally unavailable? And we can start with Melo.
Explain.
Ooh,
Like,
So,
you gotta
like-
go a little deeper for me.
that's a
Emotional for me. All right, I'll start. Emotionally unavailable kind of means like a person struggles to be open. You know, they struggle to be vulnerable. And then you got those strong people. I'm gonna do the fingers. You got those strong people who are like,
They put up a
They're
facade.
like- yeah,
They're really
they
down.
smiling every day, and you know, they telling you they okay and this and that, but like
deep down they going through some
they really the shoulder that you could cry on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's what I feel like. You know, the emotionally unavailable, and then being strong. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
It is. 'Cause
It's crazy, bro.
I was gonna say I honestly dabble with being in the middle, because I think I'm bipolar, to be honest with you.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just
Ain't
saying.
nothing wrong
I'm
with
saying
that.
more like a realization point. You feel me? Like,
It's like,
because
wow.
I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of shit through my life made me not really focus on mental health a lot because I just didn't have no other choice. Rather, I was going crazy, or if I was whatever sane.
Right.
You know what I mean? My situation didn't let me sit in that puddle of like whatever. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
I always had to just keep it moving. So I would say I feel like I have moments where I am emotionally unavailable, but I try to be strong because
be the
once again I
strong guy.
had no other choice. But I'm starting to learn that being vulnerable is okay as a man.
Right.
Because not saying I grew up like not because I grew up around all females, but
You've been around those emotions though.
yeah, and I
Like,
just
from a female point of view, but still as men too,
Yeah,
you know,
it's okay.
It's definitely okay, and a lot of men don't understand that because people don't make them feel like it's okay. You know.
Yeah, I want to add on top of that real quick because one of my clients, he actually really tries really hard. Buffalo's men's group. He tries so hard to
heard of that.
focus on young men because
Oh my God.
if
Yeah.
I think I heard
Yeah,
that. That name
yeah.
sounds
Scott,
familiar.
he
I think you
I
was telling
sent
me
y'all
about
that.
him. Yep.
he
Oh, yeah.
focuses on young individuals because at the end of the day, there's such a shield on you.
Right.
Like,
Sorry.
you know, just
Thank
there's a big shield on you, and
Yeah.
it's okay to talk about it because you know there's a stereotype of men don't cry, but
Right.
at the end of the day, we're all human. My dogs cry.
Right.
Anything can cry.
Right.
If you got a heartbeat, you got a little bit of brain,
You got some blood in you.
yeah,
You can cry.
you're gonna be fine. But
Hell yeah.
yeah, I think a lot of love and appreciation should come, like, be appreciated to, like, men going
yeah.
through, because there's not enough. It's always seemed like men are just one, like, speaking from a woman's perspective.
Right,
And
right.
I just feel like men are just really, like, one shield. But, you got to open that. So I think that can go a little bit with that stronger motion, like, talk about, too.
Right, yeah.
Because, it's really all up to that individual on being vulnerable. And it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Like, it's cool to be open.
Yeah.
You know?
I think
No problem.
I
Don't make
think
you weak.
Right.
That's not the fact that it makes it hurts. I think it's more of the going back to the emotions for people.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
I don't
Like
like
when you're talking about
yeah,
it?
like,
Right.
for me, it's not that I won't like talk about something. I feel like logic should come in the point. And sometimes that's not okay. You know what I mean? Sometimes logic
Yeah.
can't explain everything. It should explain majority, but sometimes you gotta rely on your feelings. Sometimes you gotta rely on your thoughts.
I want to expand on that because I went through stuff, and I got to at this point in time I was going through stuff, and logically I knew all the answers, but emotionally I was going through it.
Right. Right.
And that's where your trust, your faith come in. You just got to know that it's just ups and downs that come with being human. So I think being strong, I would say being strong is just understanding those emotions and understanding you're human and accepting them and you're just going through it and acknowledging those things versus like when you're emotionally unavailable, you're kind of ducking those feelings and trying to put off that perception that you're strong.
Absolutely.
You know?
I could agree to that too. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's tough because a lot of people aren't taught or see, like, emotional intelligence isn't like out here like that. So
You gotta have
it's
it.
nothing you could really teach because every situation is different. It's
Yeah.
always changing. So you really just gotta put yourself in a third person point of view and deal with things from that standpoint. But it's hard to do that if you like so emotionally gone, you know?
Yeah. Facts.
I feel like with the emotionally intelligent comes with your vocabulary. You aren't what you're surrounded by. So maybe learning
yeah.
bigger words, trying to teach yourself
Yeah.
so you can explain yourself better.
Right.
And so you won't be stuck in a lockhold like that.
Right,
so
right.
just teaching yourself vocabulary, being around older people. I'm 26. Like I want to be around older people so I can learn the vocabulary.
Facts.
You know.
Yeah, I always been that way too. Like I always had an older crowd, like group of friends, you know, like people who I don't want to say not dumb, but like they know what they're talking
Wisdom.
about when when
Wise.
it comes down to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I feel like gaining the knowledge from them, it really helped me in some situations in life. You know what I'm saying? Like I love being around the OGs, you know, the OG women, you know, and like they'll tell you the truth. Like my grandma, she'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think that's definitely important.
I think a lot of our mental, or not mental problems, excuse me. I think a lot of our mental practices that we go through even unconsciously, not unconsciously, what's the word I'm looking for?
Subliminal.
Subliminal.
Subconsciously?
Subliminally.
Subconscious?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
see what you
Say,
mean.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Boom, that
We
word.
with you. We
Players
with
fuck
you.
up too.
We
That
with
word.
you.
Players fuck up too.
No, players fuck up all the time. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of that has to do with how you were raised, who you was raised around, what
for
they
sure.
showed you, and then sometimes you may veer off, and you may, as you get older, start understanding some different things that you was taught that may not coincide of how your spirit is. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? You might grew up around a real negative area where, you know what I mean, they didn't talk about shit like they feelings. They just pretty much either
Reacting.
reacted
Yeah.
Just
or
reacted.
just shut that
Reacting
shit
off
the
of
fuck
emotion.
up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And some people internalize that and they realize that at an early age, like, that's not what I want to do. You know what I mean? That's not cool. So let me be this way.
Right.
And then they meet people and later in life who are different, and that kind of gives them like PTSD type shit. So it's like,
Yeah.
And going back to what Loriel said, like, people internalize things and never even go back to address those things. And even if they did, they don't know how to express it
They don't know how to express
in
it.
a healthy way.
Yeah.
It's usually in a
That-
negative way,
definitely.
you know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. People, you could get into anything. It's a million things to get into in the world, but definitely understanding like how to express yourself in a healthy way, like and communicate. That's not taught. So
Not backlashing your insecurities and problems.
yeah,
Word.
because you are subconsciously doing those things without even knowing. But it all comes back to just making peace with yourself, with the things that bother you, in life, the things you went through, like addressing those things and coming to a place of peace and understanding and being truthful and getting it out. So that it's not on your spirit no more.
Yeah, man, and I'm not gonna lie, like you taught me that, like when I was in a real dark place, maybe a few years ago. I forgot where we was at. I think we was at South Park or I don't know, but you taught me that, and just like I know you my brother, but like I don't have those conversations with other people, but I'll have conversations with people. I don't really talk to them how we talk, but I'll let them know, like, man, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling like that. But like the way he explained it and, kind of made me understand, like, yo, bro, like, that's all emotion. You reacting off of emotion. Like, tell me what you really mad for. I'll explain it. And he'd be like, bro, you reacting off of emotion.
Like,
sit back and really think about that shit.
You be like, you wildin'.
You know what I'm saying? Melo fuck with
Boy,
me.
not bad.
But no, like on some real shit, like
You get confused with the present and the reality.
Right.
That's what it's really at.
and that shit, him helping me through that brought me the peace that I needed with my anger issues. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always had anger issues since I was a kid. You know what I mean? And that comes from like things that I've seen growing up, things I've seen like been around or like my parents, stuff like that. And growing up, I didn't know how to handle it or deal with it or how to feel about it. So I brought that into my adulthood,
That's that. People say, I say childhood trauma.
Yeah,
You didn't never healed because you
never-
didn't have the education to heal.
Right, and now I know now, like I know better now, and I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I still have my moments where I'm just like, yo, like I feel fucked up, like
You going to though?
But like even the other day, I had a moment. Like I have fucking anxiety attacks all the time, bro. But it's just because like I'm trying to control that inner emotion. But like I really just be not tripping, but like I just be tripping kind of for no reason. And I gotta fall back.
Just gotta
So
reset.
more
That's all.
worrisome than anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like I
Yeah.
worry a lot, bro. Like I worry so much. Like and sometimes it affects like my daily life. My activities of daily living. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm working on it and I'm learning that, and then
I try to tell people that deal with that, I know around too, that one thing I try to tell them is understand what you got going on and what you worrying about.
Right.
Break it down. Speak to yourself and let you know, like, hey, I might be, is this really something to worry about or am I just really stressing myself out? You know what I mean?
right,
like,
yeah. That's what it be. That's
You know what I mean? Is
stressing myself because
people
I'm
like me
just,
can never tell somebody like that's how to truly feel. You know what I mean?
right.
And I deal with something like that with other people, but I feel like a lot of that is just you slowing it down. You know what I mean?
Really just trying to come back to reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like come back to reality and just remember, like you're okay.
It might sound tacky, but the only way I was able to get through anything and everything when it came down to decision making and the reality.
Yeah.
Okay, so just wanna make sure. So the one thing that I can really sit here and say that helped the hell out of me, no matter what, I've been through everything. It sounds corny. Write it down. Your pros and cons list. You don't got to sit here and like dwell and think about it and sit in your car or be in a dark room. Like literally pros and cons versus that option that's facing you. Like say it could be money, it could be anything. Just that pros and cons list. And whatever list is longer, that's the right answer. So and then like you just evaluate yourself. In a way
did
like
that. I've done that before.
You've done that? I've
do
never
it
done
all
that.
the time.
Write shit down?
I never
It
wrote
is
shit down.
The pros and
I've
cons list of like anything.
healthy.
They say do that with relationships. Like
I've seen people do it, but I've never done it myself.
me either.
Like I know it's a thing.
Job, money, like what like is this helping me or is this really tearing me away? Because at the end of the day, your cons list might be more on the you.
Right.
It's not the money.
Right.
It's your mental state.
Right.
Your
Definitely.
body is hurting and you're not getting enough sleep.
not taking
Right.
care of yourself.
So if you write that down and visually see it, and I think that's a better way of I know we have like our brains and like we create our own aura and energy, but like if you just put that down on a piece of paper, it might create something for you.
Right.
You might wake up the next morning, you might even be writing that down and tears fall on the paper.
Yeah.
You're just gonna wake up a different person. I swear to God, like that has helped me. That's my biggest like tip to do.
Right. I got a question to kind of add on to what you said. Damn, I lost my train of thought. But my question would be, so what is mental health if y'all had to define it? Like, what is it?
Damn.
I
I thought I was gonna have it. I thought I was gonna have it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, no, do your thing.
So to me, I think mental health is just really like you're woke and you can't figure it out. You're realizing at a certain age that you went through all this stuff. Like depending, not everyone's story is the same, but you are going through a lot of stuff. You're not in the normal position where you're feeling normal. You're too awake and woke to where any decision making you make, you're second guessing, you're having a panic attack, an anxiety attack, or you're gonna find substances to create the distraction. So mental health is all about really what has happened to you and what you can't take no more and you can't forget it. If that makes sense.
Okay.
No, that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, ain't no right or wrong answers. You know,
Yeah,
it's just
I mean, for me, that was my.
But for me, that
experience of
makes sense.
Yeah.
That,
I could definitely
that make a
follow.
lot of sense.
I could definitely
Yeah.
You
follow.
know, but yeah, for me, really, it's just like trauma, like things you went through. You know, like the childhood trauma. I know people who have PTSD because they went to the army. You know what I'm saying? Like PTSD because they seen somebody get shot in front of them, and you know, like they dealing with that on a daily, like in their
Life's not
head,
a
and
video
it's just
game. That's scary.
it's real shit. Like you know, so I think mental health is really that, just like really going through trauma, and you're trying to figure out how to stop dealing with that in your mind.
Dreaming.
So
All
Yeah.
that.
Everything,
Out,
like-
You've
figuring out
ignored
your
it for
trauma.
so long that when you are in a moment
Yeah.
where you don't know, your body is vulnerable, but your brain is not.
Right.
And your brain is just trying to tell you, hey, remember this moment?
Right.
Do you remember that?
You remember this?
Because your heart told you to forget about it, but your
Right.
brain didn't.
It's that
It's a
mind,
memory.
that shit playing
It's an
tricks
SD
on
card
you.
that is just like not erased.
Shit
So,
playing it in there. In there. But no, yeah, that's really what it
Yeah.
is for me.
I gotta go to me. Can
Yeah.
I go last?
Go ahead.
I'm
go
still
ahead.
thinking. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still thinking.
It's all right.
I've been thinking on this a couple, like, past 2 days. I think it's just a reflection of how you perceive yourself based off of everything you went through. And that goes hand in hand with taking care of yourself, like, as well. And that's what I wanted to expand on. Like, she said, you might not be sleeping enough. Or she said, this is what she said. She said, most of the stuff is just you. No matter what it is, it's just stuff that is this the problem, or is it just how you're perceiving it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it something you're doing that's keeping you in the way? And I think that's why I say your perception of you. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
y'all might think I'm great, but I hate me. Like, I don't hate me,
Right.
but
Right.
I'm not
Right,
as
right.
proud as I could be.
Exactly.
So that's
Yeah.
a reflection of myself.
Yo, that's me too. No lie.
I
So,
wouldn't call it mental health.
that's
Yeah.
why I say, like, it's a reflection of that and how much you've been taking care of yourself. Like, and are you taking care of yourself in a real way, you know?
Right.
And like pouring more into the pros rather than the cons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pouring
Right.
into the things that matter, separating emotion from what's actually like truthful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not just going off of emotion and just going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You know?
The cons can make you negative.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
negative
Yeah,
sticks
exactly.
out way more than the positive.
Than the
Like,
positive,
think about President
yeah.
Trump, whatever. Like,
Right.
everyone's thinking about the negative. Like, what can be the positive? Not
Right.
saying I'm a Trump supporter, but like, you know
No,
what I
but
mean?
yeah,
Like,
I
but
get what you
people's,
mean.
That's how I am.
it
Optimism.
outweighs it.
Optimism.
You try to just see the shit for
What it is.
what it is for
Yeah.
real. You
or
know
what it could be.
Yeah, exactly. Like you try to see the positive and everything, but like deep down inside in the back of your head, you like, I know this nigga some bullshit.
Yeah.
This nigga on some bullshit. You know, like
That's me though.
this
I'm like
nigga-
that.
Yeah, like
I was like that on my wedding day, bro. It was snowing. It was coming down crazy. I'm like, nah, we good. My wife was, oh, no, we not going. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, we good. We gonna be in this bitch.
Trying to be positive.
You know
Deep down, you like, man, this snow gonna be
it's about to be. We gonna be stuck in the house for another
tight.
5 more hours. We definitely not gonna. We had to do that shit online the first time. You
Hey,
feel me?
yo.
Just to get out, you know what I mean? Make sure our shit was straight.
Word.
We ended up getting. That was when we got snowed in. At, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that winter.
seeing
2 years ago?
the post.
3 years
3
ago.
years ago.
3 years
Yeah.
ago? Oh, wow.
3 years, yep.
That was
Christmas
crazy.
storm.
Yep.
Man, I was locked in the barbershop for 2 days, and I
Really?
had to walk a mile home.
That's
Like,
crazy.
in the snow, and I seen cars just smashed up
Everywhere.
in the poles and
Right.
everything. I
Wow.
swear to God.
That's crazy. Yeah, that was a run crazy time. Crazy time.
No, word.
Dying in the snow.
Yeah, it's wild.
I would say mental health for me is a little bit of what all y'all said. Because I can acknowledge every piece as like a reality for me and other people that I like on my daily life. I would say it's like a struggle between realization and just like bullshit. Not bullshit, but like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just
I
like
follow.
that, like you said, it's just is it you or is it what you going through?
Right.
Or is it you or because you not sleeping with the required time or you working too
Right.
much?
Working
and
too-
you,
overworking.
And you don't want to say no to working
Yeah.
too much because you feel like you got an obligation to be paying all the bills in your house or making sure your kids got all the fresh gear or you know what I mean? Like I feel like people go through things and may not talk about it, and people like me who are learning to be more open with mental health. I wouldn't say I'm like against it, but I say I seen levels to it, I guess, growing up.
For sure.
Because I seen like family mental health, other people like friends and their family mental health. I went to juvie, seen crazy motherfuckers in there. Bro, it was a nigga in there that liked to wipe his shit on shit and
You told me
like,
this.
Hey, yo.
I think I remember.
you know what I mean? And then like,
Y'all want to hear about my jail experience.
you know what I mean? He was like, but he was young. This was when I was a teenager. Like I was
Yeah,
like
me too.
14,
I was
you know what
16
mean?
when I got locked up the first
And
time, bro.
this nigga used
Oh.
to, they had his own room because he wouldn't stop. You know what I mean?
Like
but then they had,
shitting?
yeah, like, he was he was shit and playing it. Like, he would play in it, he would rub it on
Hey.
Like
shit.
a dog.
Yo.
Yeah, like that ass, he'll eat it, he'll throw it at
Hey,
people.
yo.
Like, he was like that, but he was real life crazy.
But he was.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it wasn't, people thought it was like him being just a bad kid. And then they chalked up to that motherfucker really having something going on with him. And
Yo.
they used to whoop his ass. They like,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
You know
That
what I
is,
mean?
yeah.
And
help
People, yeah, I was
themselves.
about to say that. Some
and then
people can't
sometimes you
help
don't like understand that. It's like it could be them going through things, and because we're too ignorant and not willing to
Naive
figure out the
to
whole
the shit.
thing without
Used
losing
to the
our cool.
normal, like
You know what I mean?
expectations. That's
And
what
I
it
think the
Yeah.
beginning of my understanding of like mental health problems and stuff like that, and that was when my son was diagnosed with autism. Because I fought it. I didn't like wasn't one of them people like nah he's a disgrace to the family type shit. I just thought he was spoiled. Like I just thought because you know what I mean
Right.
he got whatever the fuck he wanted at whatever point. That's the reason why he would do certain things. And then once he had got diagnosed and sorry.
Nah,
Get a
you
little
good.
emotional.
It's all good.
Once he got diagnosed and found out what everything he was going through, I had to like really step back and really start.
You see things different.
Sorry.
It's all good. You
No,
see
you good,
things
you
different.
Yeah, definitely
And,
see things different and really start having some different thought patterns.
You get in tune with reality about that type of shit.
Yeah,
you know?
because you start seeing stories of like kids with autism nowadays and motherfuckers is killing kids like that and shit, and it just like makes me wonder like what would happen if my kid wasn't around, if I wasn't around for my kid. So
Yeah, that's real shit.
Yeah,
man.
that's real
Big
shit.
I
ups.
want to tell you, it's gonna be all right.
yeah,
That's a
Because
fact.
at
sure.
the end of the
You know it,
day,
bro.
schools, you just gotta put them in the right school system.
Yeah, nah,
Put 'em
he
around the
good
right
now. He
people,
this almost
you know?
talking crazy shit now. You know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah, no, it's all good.
it's that fear of
It's
like,
good.
you know what I mean? Life could be for them if people around them didn't care like how me and his family care.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Yeah.
sure.
You know what I mean? Like he got a
Yeah.
motherfucking village behind him. trust and believe. I'll be
he
on it. You know what I mean? I'm security
do.
guard in public because I don't play none of that shit.
And
I'm not apologizing. I'm not telling people, I'm sorry, he's autistic. No, you
None of
watch
that.
out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
word.
Like, you know what I mean? Leave
And
me
I
the fuck
definitely just
alone.
want to say this too. Like, he got some great fucking parents, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it.
He got some great parents. Shout out to your wife, Hillary. Shout out, Hillary. My man Jay got some great parents, and I just want to say y'all doing a damn great job.
Appreciate it.
With all three of them, bro. And you know, I love your kids to death. But you about to make me cry, nigga.
Nah, I
What the fuck?
apologize.
Man,
Nigga don't do this, bro. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
hold on.
Really
I'm out here crying
Let
on
me-
camera
I
and
can
shit
really
like this
Let
shit
me
crazy.
readjust.
I'm not gonna lie.
Man, you know, this,
Yeah,
we're
I'm not
talking
gonna
about
lie.
the mental
Y'all
health
crazy as
shit.
hell. Y'all set me up.
Man, nah, but we have a nephew too
Yeah.
who's autistic. You know, shout out to my sister Maya, my nephew Zay. But he got a village behind him too. You know what I'm saying? So we right there with you.
That's
we
important.
understand it. You know, and we're not there every day with my sister to see what she actually go through. But, you know, we know enough and we've seen enough. And I've worked with people like that. So like I know how it is. I know how overwhelming and emotional it could be. Like I've seen people
It's bad, bro.
literally just throw their family out to the curb because you know they don't want to take care of them, so they just throwing them
Think
in group
about it.
homes and
Back
shit
in the
like
day,
that.
they
Like,
used to put them in.
Beat them.
Look at what's that? It's like the hotel that's a psych ward.
Oh,
They
I know
turn-
what you're talking about.
That's
Niagara
where they
area?
put people.
talking about Bryland. Is it Bryland?
It's off of
Niagara, right?
no, that
It's
it
a
turned
couple
into a
around here
hotel,
now.
and then it was like a psych ward, and they
It's a
had people
couple
with
like that now.
special needs in there.
Oh,
like,
wow.
I know what you're talking about. I
That's
seen
a
an
lot.
article
yeah, like
on it.
now, man.
people get slammed for that,
They do.
you know. And I can really relate with y'all because my little brother, he's 19 years old. He's staying there in high school till 22. He had a seizure at 6 years old. I mean 6 months old. So he didn't even have a chance at life. He can't talk. He shakes. He can't even walk down the stairs like a normal person. Like, you know, he is going through it. Like, and his mental retardation, child developmental disorder. He is not like autistic. So, you know, it's just a lot, man.
It is,
like
yeah.
he has anger. Like he can't even talk. He's like nonverbal. Like I really feel you because I will beat the hell out of somebody
bro,
if
I don't
I
play-
find
Nah,
out.
man.
I don't play
that-
about none of my
Anybody
kids, but
fucking
him,
with
but-
you, you know what I'm saying?
Like he ran out the house butt naked one day,
All day.
and then the school bus ran by, and then boom, they're
Yeah.
talking about it to me. I'm just like, you know what? Y'all don't even know what I.
Yo, he
like,
You
can't
should
even
know.
control
like, you know what I
it,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
like-
obviously, like you see what I'm dealing with.
They-
like,
Yeah, no,
they don't
feel
even
you.
know.
Like I would love to talk to you on another level with
Yeah, for
this
sure.
about a different time
Yeah.
because you know I feel you and it's
Yeah.
nothing, and that's your child. So
Yeah, man.
you know I know everything's gonna be okay. Like I
Yeah,
said,
it
school
is.
system, wherever your
Yeah.
location is at, and you say you got a village behind him, so
yeah.
you gonna be all right.
Gotta
Yeah,
pull
no,
in
he
for
definitely
him.
gonna be alright. He
That's
gonna be
all-
alright.
that's all
He
really
is
matters.
alright.
He is,
You know what I'm
I mean?
saying? Like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He
and
up
yeah,
there
he is
regardless,
alright.
you know what I mean?
He's
Just-
great,
Yeah.
man.
And all the thing they got to say about him is that when I tell Jalen to go do something, he say no. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's normal kid
Yeah,
shit.
you know what I mean? That's
He
it.
know
Like,
what he want.
At that point,
You know what I
that's
mean?
normal
It was at a
kid
point where
shit.
they was gonna say he wasn't be able to talk. So me saying he's nonverbal is like a blessing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
there
Like
you
him.
Yeah.
Well, I should say he was nonverbal.
He was,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Because it was maybe just a year ago he wasn't saying the things he's saying now.
Yeah.
He having full on conversations in his ways now. He'll.
That's progress.
You know what I mean? So
That's
it's
great
like I
progress.
said, it's just those things that I had to open up to, and then just start growing up and maturing myself and realizing this is more to life than thinking about.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or being ignorant to self, I should say.
And me too. Like I think about it as in like, what if that shit was me?
Yeah.
Like what if that was me? You know,
I've
what if
always
what if
looked
that
like
was my
that.
kid or my brother or my sister? You know, or you know, anybody that I, you know what I'm saying? Like
Hold close.
yeah, like, but what if it was me? You know, would people treat me that way? Like how would my family treat me? You know, stuff like that. So
It's just a small mindset.
I really, yeah, like
And you see how
I
people treat people like that, though.
yeah,
That's why sometimes
that shit
I
is a
get-
soft spot for me,
It is.
bro. Because
Cause out in public, even
man.
when like he has a moment out in public, people will give us looks. And I don't give a fuck. You know what
Nah,
I mean?
word.
Like I'll like obviously handle him out in a different area, but like you gotta like sometimes I gotta just let him do him. Sometimes it's
Right.
it's better for him to let it out
right.
and get out that whatever he's feeling because it could be just too much going on in him. And that's what I had to understand up here.
overstimulated.
What
Right, yeah.
autism actually is
Right.
it's a stimulation. It's a neurological thing for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is we might think it should be this, but for them, it's gonna be that.
It's-
You get what I'm
yeah.
trying to say? You know what I mean? And they gonna do that regardless.
Of course.
Because really, that's their reality. Like that's just how they
How
have
they
to live.
perceive shit, for sure.
So you really just learning that other mindset in another individual, you know, and just going based off of their needs and what you can tell they need, or you know what you can tell he want. You know, and everybody
He gonna
got
let you know.
yeah, and everybody got different situations. So it just depends on how you handle it. The patience, it comes with a lot of patience. You know, maturing. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of people.
I've seen that in you so crazy, bro. Like,
I appreciate it.
nah, it's like it's really a blessing to see you mature on that level, and you know, and be a great father, a great husband, a great friend. You know what I'm saying? All of that. So like, yeah, man. Like,
That's the God in
I
it,
salute
bro.
you, bro.
He
For
here to
real.
help
God,
you
bro.
grow.
I salute you,
Not
man.
gonna lie, it was boys around me that made me. That just made me. I'm not gonna lie. My friends was one of the biggest reasons why I had to get the fuck up and stop playing. They just a lot of people, y'all get around y'all and a couple other heads like and just talk about things and just made me realize like y'all, I don't want to be like that guy over here. I want to be like y'all. You know what I mean? Like I got tired of sleeping on couches. I got tired of sleeping on asking people to stay at their house and started realizing like I'm older, getting older, and that's gonna be starting to become a burden more than just a favor.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I feel you on that.
that's
man.
my piece.
But
I love that.
Hey man,
Yeah,
we
man.
Yes, sir, yes,
we
sir.
talking deep, man.
We acting
Man,
deep.
blessings
I'm not
to
gonna lie.
everybody.
We acting.
I'm about to be crying on
Blessings
YouTube,
to
bro.
everybody.
no, as soon as I
Tap in.
as soon as we run this shit back, I'm gonna be like,
But that
I'll be like,
shows
babe, you
your
see
heart.
Shaq crying?
Totally
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
absolutely.
judging you, for
Don't be
real.
embarrassed
Nah,
about
I'm
that
not.
shit
Nah,
at
I'm
all.
not.
Because
I'm
this is why we doing this to show people that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's
Right.
okay to express how you feel. You know, like you can be emotional no matter if you're a man or a woman. Like it's okay to be emotional. Express your feelings. That shit feel good sometimes if you're talking to the right
A
people.
release.
Yeah, you know
Like
what I'm
an
saying.
orgasm. Sorry, but
Nah,
like,
no,
it
word.
is. It's a release.
Hey.
It
Your
is.
heart is releasing.
Right.
Like your
Right.
brain feels relaxed.
I said, hey.
Hey,
But you gotta think about it. Your body is just like
You're not low. You know what I mean?
better.
That pressure off you.
it feel like a weight off your
Saying.
shoulder.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
That's what I was
word.
trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
Nah, hell yeah, man. But okay, to turn the other leaf a little bit.
yeah.
How do y'all feel about social media and mental health? Like, how do y'all think social media is hurting mental health?
It's a distraction, one. And it's like it creates a sense of a false pressure. And
What do you mean by false pressure?
like people try to keep up. Like it makes you feel like you're
So, yeah,
behind
yeah.
because you might be 30 or 28. I'm 28 and niggas be acting like I'm
pop off
yeah.
till he's 32 or
Word.
something.
That's what I'm trying to tell people,
bro.
man.
Like,
Nah, word, man.
It creates a false sense of pressure. Like if you look at it too much, not even just social media, any type of media, entertainment, like you just subliminally, you're gonna feel like you're behind. You're not keeping up, or like you need to be doing more. You know, like you go watch a reel right now, and the shit'll be like, go create the LLC. You take the LLC,
Take your
you put
LLC.
that in the trust.
Yeah.
You put that in the trust,
Yeah.
and
What
then
is
you
you
go
doing?
and get
Yeah.
$100K loan next day. Like,
You
and
take
then
the 100K loan.
and you at work like, damn,
For sure.
how am I supposed to do that?
Yo,
Like, can I
word.
be like
Right?
this nigga?
And
Damn,
then you
like-
seeing it every day
Yeah.
over the course of a year, 2, 3, and then I don't know. You might be at the same job for 2 years, and you just feel like you in a hole. So it's
Right.
like it creates a false sense of pressure. And then you seeing people pop out 18 in Miami every spring break, and
That's
you
amazing,
like
man.
feeling like you just not doing shit. So like, I think number one is the distraction. Number two, it creates that false sense of pressure and just a false reality. You think people is happy and living their best life as if they don't go through anything,
Right.
and that's
Exactly.
not real. You know, so
That's what I was gonna get at.
I think
so,
those the top things.
yeah, that's what I was gonna get
So
at.
I think it's definitely hurting.
Yeah. So, like, how should I put it? Let me look at my notes. So the pressure to look happy and successful online with people is kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? Like people go online and they might be flashing money, flashing cars, and
That shit from Team.
I got this, I got that. You know what I'm
That's some
saying?
prop money.
But it's really like pressure for them because they feel like they got something to prove.
They gotta live up to the standard.
You don't have to prove shit. Like you do what you do on a daily basis, whether you get money or not. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the richest nigga in the world, but like you know, some days I be broke. I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna go online and be like, yo, look at these new rims. Look at this new earring. Knowing my shit fake as hell. Fake it till you make it.
No, so you know, I don't want to talk too much because
No,
I can keep going with this topic.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. Talk your shit.
So like you just said, so the fake jewelry, the fake, you know, man.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I just seen some TikTok stuff about the tariffs and everything. Like that. The more it's like saying I'm gonna pay for a $90 steak and I'm gonna pay for a $20 steak. Am I gonna go to Wegmans or am I gonna go to Russell's?
Right.
What's the difference? You're eating steak and your one portion is gonna be smaller because it's not gonna make a difference.
Right.
So that kind of just in my head just kind of look. I'm a sterling silver person. Like the thing like.
Want me to show you how much I don't give a fuck? Amazon.
Nah, word.
Yeah, you said Timo. I'm not wearing my Timo necklace right now, but Timo, like
Amazon, Timo.
As long as you look good and feel good and your confidence is right, that is all that matters. Because no one's gonna have the balls to sit here and be like diamond test you or check you. Like, is there? You got fake, like, no one cares about
like, I don't give
shit.
a fuck.
My shit ain't turning my neck green. So
that's a fact.
That's all that matters. Yeah,
that's really all that matters at the end of the day.
Like, this shit might be fake, but it's a Rolex on the next hand.
You
know
what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Balance. So, you know,
balance it out.
You don't give a fuck about nobody.
Can you re-say the question real quick so I can just
the pressure of pretty much keeping up with the facade of looking happy online.
And then I said it's social. Well, pretty much put it like, is social media helping or hurting mental health?
So, for me, I was in an 8-year relationship, right? And, you know, I had Musical.ly, I had Vine, I had...
all the busting apps.
I had all that before TikTok, you know what I mean?
Right.
And, like, I just really, truly feel like mental health with social media is the biggest, craziest thing. Because... it should be just something that is just like, oh, it's my Facebook profile. Like, this is my portfolio. This is what I'm supposed to look like, and this is whatever. Like, you know, and I struggle with that personally because, like, I live a life that I hope to have. Fake it till you make it.
Right.
Fake it till you make it.
Right.
Swear to God, that's all you have to do. And then, honestly, you can fake it, continuously fake it, and it won't even, and you made it. It don't even matter.
It don't matter. You're still gonna feel the same.
Because you would have lost all that. I wouldn't have had rent money if I fucking, bought the real shit of things. Like, you know, it don't matter. It don't. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I have struggled so much with being in the TikTok, social media, Instagram, lifestyle, YouTube. And then they see me. I changed myself, but I love who I am.
Right.
Because, like, I'm still a little, like, I got my rips in my pants. Like, you know, I got my snapback, like, my hat on, you know.
Right.
I make it work. I give what people expect from me, but I am still me at the same time. And I feel like a lot of people confuse that with themselves.
Yeah.
So, say you're a new barber and you want to be like the barbers on Instagram. Oh, do you know that shit's fake? Oh, does it matter if it's fake? The name's on the thing, name's on the shoe. Man, like, you know what I mean? So I just feel like I've been through too much. I lost too much. I was sad. I was sick. I was depressed. I almost killed myself. I almost jumped off a 9-story fucking building. Like,
damn.
And I sat here and I was like, it's all because of social media. And I went into a psych ward because of social media, and I lost my 8-year relationship. I went through too much, 15 to 22 years old. Like, that was my whole teenage years of being locked with somebody. And I just feel like I don't wish social media on anybody.
That's
It's a curse. It's not a blessing.
Right.
It's not something to be cool with.
Yeah.
Oh, like people say Illuminati and all that. You know, I've dabbled into, I've done ghost hunting. I've touched the spiritual realm in different ways where I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But I ain't never, to sell your soul. Sell your soul means you gave your all into something that is on a digital screen, and you see how creepy AI is now. To where I can understand back then it might have been Illuminati, but like now it's like you know, the creepiness of AI, and then like the Illuminati. Like, how did this work for somebody? Let me just put a satanic name onto that, so it seems like you get fame, you got that. Like, you know, it's just crazy. I've had fucking spam pages. I had fan pages. I've had people fuck with me. I had Loriel the Muncher, and this person took all my tattoos and made it into a demonic meaning. And that was the day after I went out the psych ward, and I said, "What the fuck? You don't play with that shit." So I don't wish nothing on nobody. Good luck. I want you to get your business together.
Right.
I want you to get money, but you don't need to keep looking at the Instagram because it's not gonna work.
Right.
If like honestly, like, I am not conceited, but you have to be good looking. You have to be.
There's levels to that shit,
You have
for
to
real.
be something where eye candy is somewhere there, and I focus on the LGBT community more outside of that. So that's where I feel like my successes came from. Is the LGBT community being different. I'm a woman with tattoos, and I got a haircut, and like, you know, and I show my feminine side. I'm vulnerable enough to forget everything about who my persona is in real life.
Right.
I'll put a wig on and get my nails, like my nails are done. Like, I'll do anything. Like, because I don't hide that part of me. So it's such a mental fuck up to where, you know, $48,000, do you all think that's enough money to live it? No, it's not.
It's not at all.
I was in a cloud. I sold my life to a company. In a moment that I can say I sold my life and my soul to a company. I lost my 8-year relationship. I almost killed myself on a balcony. And last thing I wanted to fucking hear was like, you're too mentally unstable. You need to stop thinking about your emotions. Little did I know I was a business at 22 years old.
Yeah.
Because no one taught me that. So I lost opportunity. So, you know, I don't wish social media on anybody. I want everybody to be great and get money. I want people to thrive. But I don't want people to go through social media because you're going to lose your fucking self.
That's a fact.
And you're going to not know who you are. And then once you ignore social media, you're still not going to know who you are. And then you're going to be in your late 20s. Like me. This is my story. You're going to be in the late 20s fucking confused.
30s.
No,
yeah.
31, I'm confused.
This shit.
Exactly. Like,
I don't know what the
this shit is crazy. So
Nah,
that is just
deep.
my little touch into it because, you know, I don't think people understand and I don't think people care enough.
Right.
They just want to look cool because they feel so alone when they're locked up in their room.
Right.
So
That's
that's
all
all it
Man.
is in
It
my
is.
head. So
I got
good luck to y'all.
I got a question
I
for
want
you
that for y'all.
to kind of expand off of that. So, is it hard for you to feel like people are genuine with you because of like your social media like presence and like your following?
The only realest people I have in my life is only one person. Like, I've known him forever. We shared the same religion. Like, he's a barber too. Like, we follow the same path. Like, people use me like crazy. Like, I don't like it at all. Like, this is more on a sensitive topic for me because, look, I'm Loriel Escalera. I'm not Loriel DaBarbher and 4 million followers on TikTok. Like, I'm more than that.
Right.
I might make you look good.
Right.
But I'm not that fucking person.
Right.
Like, and then when we hang out individually, you're going to be like, wow. Because that you created that in your head.
Yeah.
You think a person with whatever, because I don't even think myself like that. So it hurts. It hurts. Because at the end of the day, genuine connection is supposed to be genuine.
Right.
I don't think I'm going to find a person, my wifey or like whatever in a long time because just simply I don't want nobody to fucking know who I actually am on the internet. People change their perspectives of me, and I do not like that at all.
Right.
Like I make decent money, but I still struggle.
Exactly.
So, and I chose the normal life. I didn't choose the social media life.
Right.
If I chose the social media life, I would have gave away my dogs. I would have fucking stayed in Chicago. I would have fucking became the biggest, I would have been something. But I chose normal life because I don't think social media is the answer. And I guess I can say possibly I may be lucky. But if someone's strong enough to deal with the consequences that come with it,
Yeah.
that's for you. It's not for me.
Strong motherfucker.
Man,
That's real.
That's
That is because
that's probably the
you gotta
real
look
shit
at
I
like
ever heard, bro.
the truth
No
of what
lie.
she's saying.
You dead ass like that's some
Nah,
real
me
shit.
about it.
No word.
Now, man, I lost
gonna-
everything for $48,000, and I make that double now since I moved back. I lost
Yeah.
everything. I fucking came back. I lived in my mom's house for a year, and then I said,
Yeah. Damn,
man, I live in a townhouse, and I can't,
Yeah.
it's just really rough.
Yeah,
You know,
and we
my-
all struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not nothing to be ashamed of. Like,
I don't
like
know.
you
That's
said,
what we all share as a, as
we
a
human.
race.
Like, yeah, we human. We know
all
the
gonna
world is
struggle
fucked
somewhere.
up.
Like, we don't matter.
All of that shit. You know, we
Yeah.
know this shit is fucked up. But like they make it fucked up for us to live too. So
That's just the facade of that was painted for us.
yeah,
Before we was even thought of. You know what I mean?
exactly.
And I believe in God too. So like, don't ever get that wrong about me.
Yeah,
I am alone, freshly single. I went through a lot of shit.
yeah,
Finding new true connections. I can't hit nobody up because I want to hit them up on my private page. Hey,
Right.
I'm normal like you. Don't
Yeah.
judge me because of that.
right.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't even want to tap more into that.
No, no,
It's-
no.
Nah,
It's
that was,
good.
that was great.
You gotta stop
Can I-
saying sorry because you
Yeah.
want to talk.
Let's-
Go ahead and talk.
Like,
Nah, yeah.
man, I'm tired of people.
No, straight up.
Nah, for real.
Clock it. What did you say? Clock it. Nah, but
Tired of niggas.
tired of you motherfuckers.
That's a little
Nah,
tea
just-
for your
yeah.
ass.
All right. No. So I want to talk about like coping mechanisms, right? Like, what is some unhealthy coping mechanisms for mental health, and like, what would y'all say is some healthy mechanisms?
I think we
Or
should
things.
start with what helped you in general. I guess I'll ask you. What
Like,
kind of
more
helped
personal?
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your personal, like, coming out of
Yeah.
everything you went
Wait.
through? What helped you
I'm sorry.
come out of it?
But wouldn't that question still be like, what could be healthy and unhealthy? That helps
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how I'm
yeah.
asking it. But
Oh,
like,
okay.
he would just
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm
you know,
saying.
putting it to her.
I was just trying to figure out for myself.
Yeah. So like for you, like, what was healthy and unhealthy?
So one of my hardest times was leaving Buffalo. I lost all my clients. I lost my relationship. I struggled. Making, for me, $715 a week is not enough. It's so fucking funny. The amount of money that I made, rent was free in Chicago.
Yeah.
That's a blessing right there.
Could be if your
Word.
car wasn't $715 a month.
Oh, yeah.
So
Facts.
I'm out. So my habits, literally, like the healthy habits, I would say I would go to Indiana and sit at Indiana Dunes. Just a big mountain dune. It's like water, nature. That's my peace. Loud music blasting in my ears, blaring, like just being happy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Not worrying
music
about-
speaks. Like I
Right.
think that is the love language in 2025 now.
Right.
Like hop in a car with somebody. What's your favorite
Facts.
song?
Right.
That's creating a bond.
Yep.
You know, music is everything. That is what is creating the bond with even yourself. And you listen, and as you're growing, you're listening to the music, and you're like, "Oh wow!"
Yeah.
You know, even for me, when I'm watching Disney movies, I'm like, "Oh, I didn't never catch this joke."
Right. Yeah,
Kids movies are funny. Like
Yeah,
they're
for
more
sure.
like these are adults making kids movies,
Nah,
so they're
sure.
funny.
Yeah, yeah.
So like for me, I take my time, and I like music. I like driving.
Yeah.
I want to keep going. That's
Okay.
the only thing I'm in control of is where I want to go, and that's driving.
Right.
Like I've circled around the 33, and I've done
All of that,
I live
yep.
in Amherst, so I circled around so many times on that throughway because
Yeah.
Buffalo's highway is just a
Literally.
circle.
Figure eights,
Figure-
literally.
Yeah. But
levels of
I
this.
do that 3 times. Blasting music. I hit good songs on my playlist. That's my healing. And then
Right.
I have my everyday life. Work. It's a distraction. So,
Yeah,
and
it
then
is.
That is a
unhealthy
fact.
habits, I say, I drink.
Right.
I drink, I smoke. I eat once a day. And if I eat once a day, it's,
Sound bad.
say, I wake up at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I ain't eating until 11,
8, 9 o'clock.
12.
Oh damn.
a.m.
Yeah.
p.m. Like
Oh, the next day.
Damn.
Oh shit.
So,
I'm
you
over
know,
here agreeing.
That's
I'll
my
sleep. I'll
unhealthiness.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my unhealthiness. Like, I don't crave food.
I'll be hungry.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't crave food. I got to work on myself. I need to get a little bit better, and I'm fully aware of that. But
Absolutely, yeah.
I just don't like eating at work and being tired. Like
That's a fact.
so.
That is
I'm
yeah.
kind of hearing.
Yeah, so I say my vice is just drinking and just, if it's just me and it's just my life,
Yeah.
It's your
mental
journey.
health.
Do what you-
The mental health, like at the end of the day, I don't really care how long I live. Like, but other people care for how long I live.
Right.
But I'm just here making y'all happy.
Right.
So, not to sound too depressing, but I'm just
No,
here
that's
for
real
y'all
shit.
because I
I
don't want to
was about
see
to say,
y'all
hell no,
suffer.
stop talking like that. But then
Yeah.
No, but that's
that's
real
you.
shit.
That's
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but
I was like, hell no, that's a little depressing. We
Yeah,
like
but
you.
that's what
you know what I mean? We
Yeah.
happy you here.
yeah,
know what I mean?
but people like
But that's your
y'all
thoughts.
appreciate me more than I look at myself in the mirror trying to fucking appreciate myself because I know my wrongdoings and I know my trauma. So
Yeah.
so that's my part.
Damn,
in
that's crazy you
That's
say
that
that.
perception I was talking
because-
about on that mental health topic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's your perception.
I
You
thought about
get
that.
lost
Yeah.
Yeah, you get lost.
and you're stuck.
No, for real.
Yeah.
I can agree to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's definitely some days where I'm like, why am I even here? But I think about, my wife, my family, my siblings. Like Zaire. Like I think about that and like, hold on.
Nah, bro. If you gotta cry, let that shit out, bro. I ain't about to be the only one up here crying.
Gangster, bro. Hold
No, hell no.
I think about shit like that because of how they would feel. Because I know I got people who love me that much. So like thinking about that and thinking about them, I'm just like, bro, you tripping. Like you know why
Talk
you
to
here.
yourself and
Yeah.
you're tripping. Yeah.
Like I gotta go and look in the mirror and be like, nigga, you tripping.
Is that
Like,
your
think
heart or
about-
your brain?
That's my heart. That's my heart.
It's aching.
Yeah.
What's going to heal you? What's going to fix the situation? Rather, I say.
To be honest, just continuing to do this and being around my family and people that love me,
You
and
pray.
every day. I just texted him a week or two ago. I literally said a prayer and I put gospel music on in my car, and I had texted my friend and I told her the same thing. I'm like, yo, like after I prayed and I put that gospel song on, I just felt something just go through my body.
Release.
Literally, but
That's
I was
that
in
word.
tears. I was in
Release.
fucking tears, driving on the 33 to work, like in tears. And I'm like, bro, like I felt good, but I was also like, damn, like this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
Because you
But,
got something new for you.
Yeah, and like currently today, I'm learning how to deal with that. And and my coping mechanism is drinking too. Like I love a bottle of Henny. I love a bottle of 818. And then I used to smoke hella weed. I stopped smoking weed because that shit started giving me anxiety for some reason.
Paranoia. That shit.
Yeah, and then-
fucking
telling
smoke
you,
a
that
blunt.
shit
Yo.
is not normal.
And like
I'll be chilling.
That nigga high.
Yo, Melo look right at you, looked at the face.
That nigga was like, I read as that dot
yeah.
on his hat.
When you're really that
No word.
emotionally like,
yeah.
you get your sober moment, and then you're like, you know what, drinking or smoking is not gonna help.
It's not the answer because
Drinking might help, but for
Yeah,
me, that's
yeah,
I'm about to say,
yeah.
I'm
Drinking
over here
helped me.
agreeing, but in the back of my head, I'm like,
Yeah,
shit,
remember
smoking help me.
It's
No,
the
yeah, so-
doing things with modesty. You don't want to overindulge because going back to like, I don't want to get too crazy, but like your faith ain't in that. Your faith ain't in the bottle or in
Right,
whatever
exactly.
coping mechanism
Yep.
you have.
And I know
you
better for real. I know better, because I do know God and I have that faith, and we have these conversations all the time. But I know better, and I know that that's just not me. That's really just the devil working. I feel like
He loves it.
because when I turned that song on after I prayed and I felt that release, I was like, God heard me. And some people might not agree that it was God, but like
I call them coinkadinks.
Yo.
Like,
Say it one more time.
Coinkadinks.
I heard the first time. It's okay. I'm letting it go.
If something happened to you after you prayed,
Yo.
that's a coinkadink. Like, it shit
I'm
just
like-
happened.
I'm like, damn, like, but that shit felt so good, and I had a good ass day after that. I'm not gonna lie.
Go.
I'm aggravated about something every day. That day, I was so chilling. Anything that I had going on, it just, I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, God got me. This shit gonna work out. Like, let me go play the game. Let me go roll up this little CBD, take a shot, shit like that. Like, I had a better day.
On another perspective, for that self moment, I recommend you. I was in Florida earlier this year, and this woman, she's like so fucking peaceful, zen. You know, I was doing a public speaking class with the CEO is right behind me of the company that I work for, Stylecraft and Gamma, and I'm like, she told me take 7 breaths in. In 7 times. Could be 8, 10.
Right.
You feel that like you have to like breathe in till you can't no more, let it out until you can't no more.
Yeah.
And then close your eyes and say that prayer. You just need, it's your body. Your body is reacting to things that it don't understand.
Right.
Your brain and your heart, that's why I said that, because your brain is saying one thing and your heart is for another. Think about your heart and breathe in, take in breathing exercises and really being at peace, and then create your prayer. That's all. Like, I hope you can try that and let me know how that goes.
I'm definitely going to do that.
Like, personally, like, let me know how that goes, because I am trying to tell people, do that.
Yeah.
Can't pray immediately. You close your eyes for longer than 30 seconds before you pray.
Right.
Like, just...
At least.
Even if you got TV, it is such, like, just fucking breathe in and out.
Yeah.
And then create, and then your you'll feel it in your shoulders. And
Right.
Fucking at peace, sorry.
Like, just the relaxation after that, and then going into your prayer.
So I let me know how that goes. I really want to see that for you.
I got you. I'm gonna try that out. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that.
Beginning of the morning.
In the morning?
Morning.
Okay.
Creates peace for the rest of the day.
I bet.
So, okay.
I got you.
And then do it at nighttime so you can fall asleep with no nightmares and shit.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Okay.
My note disappeared. Let me pull this back up. All right. So now that we got that out the way, y'all got me almost crying and shit up here.
We seen both sides of the Gemini, huh?
Whew. Because I really be like, Ryan, I see you back there. Nah, but I hold a lot of shit in. You know, like, that's what I want to touch on too. Like, I don't really, and this goes into my next question or topic, whatever y'all want to call it, therapy talk. Like, why people avoid therapy so much, and then, like, if you ever had therapy and you had a good or bad experience. I've tried therapy once before. Did not like it.
Me either.
I did not like it. I actually walked out of the session because I felt like that person was judging me. And I said, this is the exact reason why I don't fucking talk to people right now.
I gotta touch on that.
Come on.
I feel like, I'm not gonna say therapists don't have a place, because they do, but I feel like we really all know the answers. It's just a matter if you're avoiding it. That's just me, because how I deal with stuff, like, I know the answers, I feel like, most times.
Right.
That's the second time I heard that. I'm going to ask you a question, but I already know the answer. My client said that to me today. So you saying that was weird. Like, for me, like, I'm like, how the hell did I hear
I'm
that
not gonna lie.
twice?
I was like, damn,
Like,
I
most
read my
times-
mind over here.
Right.
I was like,
Nigga, psychic
I was
over
just
here.
about to say that.
Most times, like, I just notice the stuff that I'm in control of and not in control of. So, like I spoke earlier, like, when I was going through stuff, and I knew the answers, but I emotionally was just going through it. Like, I was just going in circles because the emotion was just, you just consume with emotion at the time.
Yeah.
But you come back to the same place. You just end up in the same, you running in place, literally.
You running from the
So,
problem.
like,
On the treadmill.
I feel like you don't need somebody, like, I'm not going to say everybody can logic stuff for themselves. Sometimes you might need a third person, another person to talk to kind of break stuff down for you. But I think if you go deep enough and really continue to talk to yourself and work on yourself continuously,
Sorry.
hold on, take a shot real quick.
Of water?
Of water. he needed some of that gas.
Yeah. But
You can have one if you want.
I think if you
yourself.
go deep enough,
And it kills me.
no, you go. I think if you go deep enough that you could get to the bottom of a lot of things. So I feel like for most people, it would feel weird to talk to a stranger off rip who is going to ask you a
Crazy
world
ass
of questions,
yeah.
and it's kind of weird that it's coming from somebody you don't know, and they trying to break you down. So I feel like a lot of people get that, like you getting judged.
And they was giving me like why do you feel like this? Why do you think that?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of whys. You
why,
should,
like,
this
you know
goes,
what I'm saying? So it made me uncomfortable.
This
And
goes
I
into
wasn't
my
feeling that
answer
at
of
all.
like coping mechanisms. Like, talk to yourself. Ask yourself these questions. So like, I do this every day. Like, dang, I realized this today. Why I be doing that? And I'll just sit with that, and I'm not trying to figure it out literally, but
Right.
I
just
I make
there.
sure
You
like
know.
the next time the situation comes up, I recognize it and I work on it. That's number one. I feel like that's where most of my wisdom came from, like, period. Just really going back and considering all angles of every situation. What happened? What was the problem? Why?
The point of view from the
Yeah.
other.
And
Right.
respecting the other person's point of view, too.
Yeah.
Like, devil's advocate, or God's advocate, I should say. You know what I'm saying? Like, considering all angles and then coming to an understanding. With yourself, you got to communicate with yourself.
No, definitely. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say for me,
So I don't think you need therapy. That's my
Yeah.
answer to that.
I
I
don't,
would-
and that's why I never continued
You can
on
therapy
with it.
yourself by
Yeah, like,
communicating to
I would say
yourself.
I
personally,
love YouTube.
I would say
Yeah.
I think me for like looking at like my perspective and then like the way I grew up, therapy, like counseling and all that good shit has always been a part of my life because like where I'm from, that's like one of the biggest things they try to push on you while you're like one of the delinquents out here just doing whatever.
Yeah.
They try like counseling and then they make you do pins after, and then you go to juvie group homes and shit after. But that has like been my reality since I was like, I want to say 5 till I was like 15. I came home, and I just felt like a lot of it was them just trying to label me for a check. Because like they try to say I was like schizophrenic at one point, all because like I just wasn't with none of that bullshit while I was in there. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I would fight staff and shit, but that was more because these niggas was dumb. Like,
It's a game within a game, bro.
Yeah.
It's
they
a
were
money
like
game.
perceive me because of what they used to in there. You know what I mean? And they would like treat me like how, and I get it, that's their job, but like it was just like to me like I'm not one of these niggas who read at a second grade level, nigga. Like stop
I ain't
talking to me like
no
that.
dummy.
You know what I mean? Like
You know, yeah.
I was one of them
Don't
niggas.
talk
like,
to me like I'm dumb.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
They box you in.
yeah, it was more like I felt like that was my perspective of a lot of things, like therapy growing up, and then like to this day, I still feel like a lot of people. You might say you're not like therapy, right? But it might be somebody else who because of the way they break shit down for them. Counseling is, and hearing it from somebody else's words, the reality of things they should know is better to digest for them. You know what I mean? Because you're saying it in such a way that they can understand and not have to accept saying it.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah, there's a place
I
for
got
it for
you.
sure,
Yep.
but I think I know everybody can't go that deep in themselves.
Right.
Right.
So there's a place for it, but I think at a certain point, it's on you.
I agree 100%. Fuck what somebody else got to say. Cause especially if I don't agree and you sitting here just looking at me like, what,
Yeah.
sir, what
You
want
ain't
me
in
to
my
do?
shoes.
You know what I mean? Like you talking to me. This is like what I'm dealing with. Like, and then like I feel like it helps people. You know what I mean? I feel like at the end of the day, it is once again it's personable. It's your experience and what's going on. If you find that right counselor, therapist, whatever,
Right.
and they're speaking to you in such a way where it's helping your life in a positive way, then hell yeah, go for it.
Right. Definitely.
You know what I mean? Whatever.
We're
helps
not
you.
saying don't do therapy.
No. I'll do what
We're
you
just
want.
speaking
You know what I
our
mean?
real experiences.
Yeah,
and
just
stuff
saying
like
my
that.
like me
You know what I'm
personally,
saying?
I'd rather figure it out myself.
Yeah.
And if I got to talk to somebody, it's somebody I feel like I can trust to give me the truth.
Right.
Regardless of anything, be honest with me. That's why I tell people I don't give a fuck about what you think how I'm gonna feel. Just be honest. If I be mad, I'm mad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you go around me and just sit here and do other things that is not directed to me solely, but you're treating me such a way.
Right.
Then,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
But I think therapy and counseling should just start holding people accountable just a little bit more than they do.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about from my experience, like for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even growing up, not just now, like I feel like it's more like let's just label you or diagnose you with something. More than just like, hey, let's talk about your
Right,
trauma.
exactly.
You gotta
Let's
sit here,
diagnose you and give you
open up a little
medication
bit.
and
If
shit.
I gotta
Literally
sit
what I
here and
just
we
went
gotta
through.
argue back and forth for a little bit, you gonna open up at some point because I'm supposed to be a trained
Right.
person to
Right.
get this out of you regardless.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
the game.
So I think it's more some people just look at it for like it's an easier cop out just to be like, oh, you're just crazy.
They're just doing their job.
You know what I mean? Nah,
Right.
this motherfucker went through some
It's a
shit
job.
that make them
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
You know what I mean?
Catch me.
Yeah.
Let me catch you.
Let me catch you outside with all that
Right.
badge on, nigga. Hold on, trap.
Like, you ain't gonna have no tires.
Yeah, man.
I just think that's I just think at the end of the day, people, like you said, they do have to accept that at the end of the day, it's on them. But I feel like it does help people, and they sometimes need that extra help.
Yeah.
Right.
What's your take on it? Have you ever done therapy, counseling, or anything?
Yeah.
I have been told I need to, but I never wanted to. Me, I'm so self-aware that I don't feel like I need to. Like, you are just not, like, you're, you know, I'm talking relationship aspect, like, because my family, I mean, they might see this, like, I
Yeah.
never told them the truth about who I am. I got my family side and I got my side of who's Loriel, and then who's the family Loriel.
Right.
So there's a difference between the two in my head. So for me, I would never go to therapy. You know, it'd be nice, but you know, I'm the therapist. I'm the fucking barber. Like,
Yeah.
and you know, it's crazy. On my station, I literally have a sticker I found at a tattoo convention in Rochester, New York. It says, I'm not your fucking therapist. Like,
Yeah.
I had a little kid like, what does that say?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's inappropriate.
You
But
shouldn't read that.
on my station, I'm not your fucking therapist.
Yeah.
Because I'm carrying the weight on my own life. And
Exactly.
I'm carrying the weight on my fucking clients.
Right.
And I do care about people individually.
Yeah.
Like, so, but how much do they care about me? They just want their haircut. So I think
Exactly.
that's where the mental health comes into play, because no
Right.
one's caring really about, like, you care. I could tell you really care. But,
Right.
like,
Appreciate that.
people really don't
He
give
like,
a
oh.
fuck.
I'm here this whole time.
He really
like, you
do.
talking
Here,
about
this
me?
I be talking her ear out in the chair.
Nah,
I just be
He
like-
talked too much, but I love that he talks.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
expand his haircut time to an hour. Like, I never told you
Yo,
that.
that's crazy. That's how
I
you,
never told you that.
if she, well, if she know I talk her ear out. That's how you know. Because usually I'm chilling, I'm quiet. I'm
but,
like,
no,
If
I fuck with you, I'm talking.
Yeah, Melo fuck
45
with you,
minutes.
and the conversation is right, and you tell him some shit, he gonna be like, all right, listen, so this is what it is. And then y'all gonna be in that
All right,
chair.
so listen, that's the
Y'all gonna be in that
fucking
chair
word.
for about 3 hours.
That's how you know he's
seven to 10 business days. That's
Yeah.
how
He
long
was at my
Melo
house
talk.
talking to about 2:30
I need
in
it.
the
I,
morning.
I really feel like I
Right.
never have enough time talking to her. Bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yo.
so
Shit, we had a therapy
so I
session
make
at
it
my
an hour
crib.
Yeah.
for his appointment.
No word, but that's love though, because
Love,
like
love.
that's
Yeah.
love because he like, you know, even though he my brother, like, and I'm not gonna call him the little brother, but I'm the oldest out of all
I am
seven.
the little brother.
You know what I'm saying? He is the little brother, but he's
Oh,
the big
man.
brother too.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah.
like I didn't have a big brother personally. Like, you know, being like with Shaq and, you know, my cousin Wendell, my cousin D, and you know, my man Andre, like those is my big brothers. Those is the, you know, the guys that I call my brothers, you know, even though some of them is cousins, but like that's my family. So I never had like me and Wendell talk, but I never had like
A literal blood relationship.
yeah, like a blood relation with an older brother, you know, and so I look at them for that type of shit. And Shaq know we talk, you know what I'm saying? We be chopping shit up, but at the age I am now, I don't talk much now anymore. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate him so much because he kind of filled those shoes, and I'm able to express my
made you
feelings,
comfortable?
and I'm comfortable talking to him.
Because he's now probably learning the
Yeah.
life lessons,
Yeah.
like the shit you've been through.
Right,
And then
right.
hearing it from a different perspective is like, yo,
Yeah.
eye-opening. you
And
know?
even though with me being the oldest, like there were some things he didn't see that I saw with us growing up, you know, and like he never knew, and probably still don't know, like how much it affected me. But like
Yeah.
we talk about it, and he like, yo, like this is the reality of this. This is the reality of that person, and this is how you got to deal with it. You know what I mean? So, and we just talk about a lot of my traumas, and like, he is my therapist. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like for me, the only person that I really get into deep with is him. So that's why I appreciate him so much, and you know, like him being my blood brother, even though he's the youngest, like. That's the big bro. That's why I call him the little big brother. You know what I mean? So
appreciate it.
Yeah, it's all love, man.
I respect that. You
Yeah.
might be just in a cloud, and then you have somebody that's so close to you. You are
Right.
vulnerable with that person.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with that, no matter the age.
Right, and he be making me realize shit that I'm like, damn, that is right. Like that came from this shit, even though it was in fucking 1954 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it be shit going back.
Nah, I be pulling up scripture, bro.
Yeah, Melo be like, yo,
I know, right?
This is why.
I'm drinking a deep
Shout out my bro.
like talking about
Shout out my
church.
bro
I'm like,
Renard. He called me too,
my
but
car,
Yeah, but yeah, it get
Matthew
into
3,
deep.
4, 5.
Get around.
No word.
That's what happened, remember? I was just sitting there, like,
Yeah,
can you
fact.
clean my car? And I'm just like, I've been fixing my car, and
Yeah.
you know, we were talking deep for a second, and then
He started pulling them joints out.
Yeah, but
You know what the Bible say.
word. But
Man,
before I get
word.
into the next question, anybody else got anything to just chime in on real quick?
yeah, if you need therapy, take it.
Yeah,
if
for
you
sure.
need
Yeah.
AA, you know, take
Take
it.
it, yeah.
If you can't control yourself, take
And just so
it.
y'all know, I don't drink every day, but like the weekend, like as soon as I get out of work at 4:30,
I drink every
But
day,
like
so
the
I'm the
weekend-
opposite of her. So
as soon as I get out of work at
we'll figure
4:30,
that out.
I need a shot. Okay, I'm calling Cuzzy. We get in the cognac and we lit. Okay, but tonight I'm with the guys. I'm with the family, so we vibing. But
Hey, we ain't chasing perfection.
I mean, I
we
feel
trying,
like-
though.
nah, facts, man. We ain't perfect.
I feel
niggas
like
is
that
not
shit
perfect.
ties in with a lot of things in people's life because I grew up. My mom was a recovering addict, and she was an NA, and I grew up in that shit as a kid. And I used to think that shit was normal. I used to think these was like just like weekly meetups with her fucking friends. You know what I mean? And like
Nah, word.
it was therapy for them. You know what I mean? 'Cause-
Yeah.
And they would just sit there and talk about their traumas and what made them do things. And the whole time I'm out in the back running around with their kids, having fun. You know what I mean? And,
Not even understanding.
yeah,
like, why
but
they
as
doing
an
what
adult,
they
now I
doing.
do. You know
Right.
what I mean? Because
Right.
that was helping them fight their demons
through they shit.
and get their urges or whatever the fuck it was doing. And me and my mom talk about it now to this day about them, like pretty much where I grew up around.
Yeah.
And
It's eye awakening.
yeah,
You know, you were blindsided because you didn't have that vocabulary. People lack vocabulary.
Right.
You didn't know because you weren't told, but also like it took you to be a little bit older to understand.
yeah, like I knew who they
Understanding,
was, like
right.
you know what I mean, but I just didn't know what the hell they was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I didn't know the
Yeah.
magnitude of what the therapy was doing. That like what talking about they problems
They,
like
yeah,
that.
the issues
Yeah.
and shit.
was doing it for them in their life. You know what I mean? Like
Right. No, for sure.
now as
Yeah.
an adult, I can be like, okay, damn, he was talking about his life and it helped him get along with not doing drugs. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, how do y'all show up for people who are going through like mental health situations? like how you say, you know, you be in the chair and people are talking to you about like their stuff. So that kind of goes into that, you know, that topic. Like
I
how
just
do you
act like
how
I
do you
got
show
no
up?
problems because
Yeah.
you know that's just a moment in my life.
Right.
It's not who I'm spending my whole day with because you know what, one client might have death, one person's
Right.
graduating high school,
Yeah.
one person's going through a breakup. I'm dealing with all those emotions,
Right.
and let alone I'm spiritual. Like I'm cutting it. All their hair is on my clothes. I'm bringing that to my house. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I just view it as such a. I don't mind it. I never really minded it. I know I said I'm not your fucking therapist on my station.
Yeah.
But that is just something to like. If I show you the mirror, just a reminder. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not the person to talk to because I'm only
Right.
explaining how I feel from my viewpoint of how I view it.
Yeah.
You don't want to
I'm not God.
Yeah,
so,
just- yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I'm just a vent through.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I just
it's
had
a lot of weight.
I just had like a moment on camera. If we go back and watch this, and I'm just like light bulbs is going off in my head because I'm just thinking from your perspective.
Word.
Like
Yeah.
one person might come in and say some
Say
crazy
some
shit,
shit, right.
and then
Yeah.
the next person might come in and say some crazy shit, and then you might have one normal person, but then you might have 10 other clients that day who just going through it.
Going some
Motherfucker
You
that
know,
just don't
like-
shut the
yeah.
fuck up.
But I don't know what it is, but I don't know, especially
It's
for
the
black
chair.
men, the chair is really just, hey, like you could go and have that barbershop talk. You could go and chill, slide. You could just, it's really relaxing. I don't know what it is.
That's how you know that's
Nah,
a
I
man.
wonder if there's
But
a
that's-
connection between barbers and therapy, like in the past. Like I know they were, I think doctors at one point, like the first doctors.
Yeah,
History-wise?
blood veins and bandages. So, yeah, I don't know.
Word?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
blood
wonder if there's a
veins.
connection with therapy and such. I'm sure like women go to the salon and that's therapy for them too.
Oh, that's definitely
you know they
therapy.
be in there
Yeah,
talking about
so-
it. You know they be in there.
So barbering, like back Egyptian time, it was bloodshedding. I really can't tell you the definition about bloodshedding because
Right.
I don't know. But that's the red in the barber pole. The white is the skin, and the blue is the veins, like bloodshedding. So barbers used to take out teeth or
Right.
dentistry, bloodshedding, like all that stuff. Like so, that's the meaning of the barber pole. So like I guess it's just like I can't say inheritance because we're not in
Yeah.
the bloodline of it, but like it just comes with the craft of it.
Egyptians.
Yeah.
That I'm on
Yeah.
another level.
Nah,
here.
that's another
I'm on
topic
another
for
level
another
here.
day.
Bro, you just taught me something because I'm over
I'm
here
on
like,
another
damn.
level here.
man.
Jack put his hand on this.
I'm like, I was like, damn.
Juicy said Egypt.
Bandages are the white.
That
it
makes
To
sense.
fix up
Word,
the
dude.
bloodshedding, like maybe like blood work or something. I don't even know what they did back then.
That's
but,
interesting.
Damn,
You
you
know,
definitely.
On some crazy shit. Egyptians
man.
was always on some crazy shit
Yeah,
before their time.
In every way.
yeah.
I
But
don't want to get too deep.
yeah, not work because
Yeah.
you already know. But for me, like showing up for people who going through some mental health stuff, I just let them vent. I let it get it out. I let them get it out, and then I just try to give them the best positive advice. Like I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, you know. But
You're
but
listening,
like
but-
yeah, but like also at the same time, I cannot take your problems, and I got my own, and that shit drains the fuck out of me. Like I can't. Other people shit give me anxiety, and I'm just like, all right, fuck it all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't hit me with your shit, you know? And, like, if it's people close to me, then, yeah, of course. Like, I'm going to sit down and talk to you, see what's going on. You know, you need a place to stay for the night, whatever. You know, like, I'm that type of person. But, like, if shit is ongoing and it's ongoing, and it's like, okay, at this point, like, you're grown as fuck. Get it together. What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, like, what are you going to do to make this better? Or, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, you know, just shit like that. I just really just try to be positive to people and just let them know like there is help. If you need help,
it's available.
there's help. Just people out there, you know what I'm
Gotta
saying?
Right to the side and just take it. And
Yeah,
do that
like-
secretly.
But people
You
want
gotta-
the kind of help they want.
Yeah, like people want handouts, and that's what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool with you, with us sitting, chilling, talking. You explaining to me what's happening. I give you your advice, you know, because people have told me before, like, oh, you should be a therapist. I don't want to at all. No, I am not perfect. I don't want to. Like I'm not perfect at all, and like I go through my own shit. So like I'm just kicking my knowledge to you, like in a positive manner. That's all, you know. So that's how I move with it. Like I want to see everybody doing good. I want to see everybody with some type of peace, winning. You know, whatever it is. You know, just be happy. Find your joy. Find your peace,
Be happy and
That's
be
it.
you.
and be you.
That's
That's
the
a fact.
fucking key.
Authentic.
I just try to plant seeds. If it's not too much, like if you come away too much, it's too much at the time.
Yeah.
But in general, I like to just plant seeds because that's all we really can do at the end of the day, and hope people water those, you know, the good seeds, not the bad ones.
And
For
not,
sure.
like for me, I planted too many seeds and I got pissed off.
Yeah.
Because like,
Right,
oh, you
right.
trying to do this? You trying to be like me? Like I got mad because you know you can't get to where I'm at, and you can't be like me.
Right.
All you can do is copy what
Right.
I did,
Right.
and that is the most mental fuck up because these can be your close friends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can shout you out, like
Right.
you know, but you know it's not gonna hit you the same, and you're gonna beat yourself up about
Yeah.
it because you're not like you build yourself, and you know mimicking people is not the answer in life.
Not at all.
Because you're gonna be lost, and then when you're going through all that mental stuff because you mimic somebody
Yeah.
so hard, you're gonna be lost.
Right.
And they're gonna be like, "Oh, I can see what you're dealing with." No, you took it the wrong way because you didn't go in
Yep.
with your own
Right.
perception.
Exactly.
Perception. Of
Yeah.
it. So,
Exactly.
You know, yeah, there's just a little add
Yeah,
on
no,
to that.
facts.
No,
It's like,
yeah.
I feel that's
Cause
really hard.
no word. Cause people
Yeah.
like you know, like they see another person doing something, and like, oh, I want to do this too, but not realizing like how much that person is going through in the inside. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit might look good outside, but on the inside, this nigga go home and cry, or she go home and cry. You know what I'm saying? Like they on their knees praying when they get out of this salon or, you know, barbershop
for
or
the wrong things. I never say don't ever talk about money. Don't ever talk about financial shit. Focus on the person, like anything that has to do with something that I can, with God, I say malicious, because you don't pray about things like that. You pray for prosperity, you pray for hope and faith and patience. You don't pray for, oh, can you put more money in my pocket? No, that's outside of you. You're struggling in Satan's world, because that's the earth that we live in. So, and that's my opinion on that. Like,
and
do
definitely
not pray for the wrong thing, because people get confused.
That's deep, yeah, for sure. And that's some real shit too, because and it's people that don't know how to pray, but like they thinking like when they are praying, they thinking they praying for the right things, but you're really not.
Yeah, money ain't got nothing to do with God.
And and I was always told to like just be thankful for what you have in front of you now today. You know, like there's people already got it worse than all of us sitting at this table. Even though we struggle with mental health or financials or whatever you're struggling with,
we are great. After all we're talking about right now, not to cut you off.
No, you're good.
But like all we talking about, we are fine. We are fine.
That's what I'm saying. Like we Gucci, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just so thankful for that. Like I'm thankful to be here for this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's your own opportunity because it was created.
Exactly.
And don't get that confused.
Right.
You created this. You guys created this. So be thankful for your own success.
Word.
Swear to God.
Appreciate that.
So fucking corny.
No. That's some real shit.
But
that's real
seriously.
shit.
Living the reality of that shit.
Nah, word. But we gotta conclude soon. So like I said in the beginning, I really do. You know, I pray for all of y'all all the time. Like
everybody.
Literally.
All
like,
family,
and
friends,
I know we just
loved
started
ones.
kicking it or whatever, but I pray.
Yeah,
I definitely pray for everybody, and I'm thankful to be here with y'all. I'm thankful for this episode.
Yes, sir.
Everybody tuning in, thank y'all for watching.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
This was very, very deep for all of us. I could say, you know, very emotional. So please definitely tap in with love, and take care of yourself. Like I said in the disclaimer, take care of yourself for real. But yeah. That's really it for me. Y'all wanna?
You know what Ellen said? Take care of yourself. Ellen's one of my biggest motivations.
Yeah.
Look at Ellen.
Ellen DeGeneres, right? I love Ellen.
She put her TV show, putting people on that are trying to get their talents out there.
Right.
Getting their stuff out there.
Yeah.
And that's what y'all are doing.
That's what my boy Twitch was on.
Yeah. No, I do vibe with Ellen though. For sure.
Peace
for
and
sure.
love, and get your shit out there.
Yeah.
And take care of yourself. For real.
Facts.
Yeah.
Love is love, man.
Love is love, man.
Love is
And tell a friend to tell a friend still, man. Y'all already know the vibe with us.
Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Tap that noti bell so when we drop this, you can be notified.
Facts.
And you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Track 3 Media, episode 4, part 2 with Loriel, DaBarbher. Make sure y'all tune in, man. Appreciate y'all. Love, baby.
Bitch.
T3.